So Andover Bank and Lowell Bank sell 1 year certificates of deposit, which is CDs, and the interest rate on the CDs are given in the table. So the table basically shows the bank, and there are two banks, the Andover Bank and Lowell Bank. And then we have 3 years. We have 2016, we have 2017, and 2018. So, and this is 5%, this is 2%. In 2017, we have 5% and 6%. 2018, 5% and 7%. So suppose you deposit $1,000 in a CD each bank at the beginning of 2016. You deposit $1,000 in a CD in each bank, and at the end of 2016 you take your 1,000 and any interest earned and you invest it in the CD for the following year. So after 2016, you invest. After CD, you take your $1,000 plus interest earned, right? So you do this again at the end of 2017, at the end of 2018. So at the end of 2018, will you have earned more on your on your Andover Bank CDs or on your Lowell Bank CDs? Briefly explain. So given the table we're given, we can do 5% of the 1,000 because we put 1,000 in 2016. So 5% of 1,000 will give you $50, right? And 2% of 1,000 will give you $20, right? For 2017, 5% of 1,000. So now, if you think about it, from 1,000, the next year, which is 2017, is going to become $1,000 plus $50, which is here. So that's 1,050. So now you're going to have 5% of 1,050. And then when you work this out, 5% of 1,050 is 52.5. And then in 2017, for Lowell Bank, we have 1,000 before, and you had $20 for 2016. So when you add that to $1,000, that's 1,020. So 6% of 1,020 would be 61.2. And then when you come to 2018, remember that you had 1,000 before, and then you had 52.5. So you had the 52.5 to $1,000. So it will be 5% of 1,052.5, and then this will give you 52.6. And then for 2018, you have 7% of we had 61.2 plus $1,000, so that would be 1,000 and plus $20 too. That would be $1,081. So this is going to give you 75.6, right? So now we can answer the question with that. So basically, explain what we just did. The earning will be more on Lowell's Bank. If you look at both of them, the earnings will be more on Lowell's Bank CDs because the $1,000 that was invested in 2016 will become 1,000 and will become 1,081.2, as we can see. 1,081.2 plus $75.6 at the end of 2018. So let's look at it. So for Lowell's Bank, right, at the end of 2018, the $1,000 will become 1081.2, which was at 2016, rather at 2018, plus the 75.6, and that will give you 1156.8. So that's what it's going to be at the end of 2018. So at the end of that's at the end of 2018. Now, um and remember that at 1000, it was at 1000 at 2016, and now it's going to be at 1156. Whereas for Andover Bank, at the end of 2018, the $1,000 will become. So for Andover Bank, at the end of 2018, if you go back, the $1,000 will become $1,052.05 plus $52.6. So it will become $1,052.05 plus 52.6, and that will be 1,105.1 at the end of 2018. Now, as we can see, Lowell's Bank has more earnings than Anderson Bank. So we can say that Lowell Bank CDs has more earnings, right? So the reason for the difference, because the question wants us to explain that the reason for the difference in the earnings of the two bank CDs is because the rate of interest on 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 Andover Bank CDs will remain the same for all 3 years. The interest is the same for all 3 years of Andover Bank, whereas in the case of Lowell Bank, the rate of interest keeps on increasing every year, right? So we can say that this is because the interest rate is the same for Andover Bank because it's 5%, right? All 3 years, but it keeps increasing for Lowell Bank. And if you can go back to the question, you can see that the interest rate for Lowell Bank increases from 2% to 6% to 7%. So because the interest rate keeps increasing, that's why the earnings for Lowell Bank is higher than the earnings for Andover Bank.